Hello and welcome to the last game of the month. I'm Jason Moses. Today we're going to be talking about the game Arkham Knight. I'm personally excited about it, but anyways, the type of game is like a free roam espionage kind of game, where it's like you're playing as Batman, but it doesn't negate the fact that he's also a detective, besides the superhero. The developer is Rocksteady. I personally think they're very talented, but I'm not sure if I've heard of any other games by them. I think they've just worked on Arkham, and then when they're done with the series, they're going to move on to try to start a new series or something like that. I personally am really excited about the game, although I won't be able to play it when it first comes out because it's only going to be for next gen. Anywho, let's get into the basic storyline. Alright, one of the big focuses about the storyline is that Scarecrow is back, because he didn't appear in Arkham City, and the last time you saw him in Arkham Asylum was he got tackled into the sewers by Killer Croc. So most of us assumed he was dead, but he's back. I can't wait to find out how he came back, or if they're ever going to explain it. But he's one of the biggest bad guys. One of the other big bad guys is Arkham Knight, which is what the game is actually named after. And the thing with him is he's a new character, I believe, that was made for the game, and he's officially in the comic books now, which is really cool. But he's basically replacing the police force, and he's one of those kinds of people that believes that Batman's a bad guy, which we know that's not true. He may be a bit of an anti-hero. Well, I know he doesn't kill anybody, so I guess that either way, he's one of the people that thinks Batman's a bad person and shouldn't be part of Gotham or something like that. So he has this like army of like a police force with like helicopters and tanks and stuff, and Batman also has to deal with him along with trying to take down Scarecrow, who's wreaking havoc in Gotham and setting every one of the bad guys free, including Two-Face, Poison Ivy, people like that. Although one of the cool things about it is that they focus more on the other characters, the people who are helping Batman, than they did in Arkham City, like Robin, Nightwing, and Catwoman. Although Red Hood's supposed to play a part, I think he's only exclusive along with Harley Quinn. In the words of Harley Quinn, Mr. J hasn't appeared yet, and most people they want you to believe that he's dead, which makes me think that they might bring him back at the very end. So that's just about it. The next part I'm going to talk about is one of the biggest parts of the game that they recently added, and they're so proud of, is the Batmobile. The coolest and funniest part about it is that it takes up the same amount of space as an average game, like for the Xbox, so you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game. One of the big parts about it is that it has two different types, or two different modes, really. Where it's the battle mode and the pursuit mode. The battle mode is when you're being swarmed by Arkham Knight's tanks or whoever's people, but it's usually Arkham Knight's infantrymen and stuff like that, where he has his own tanks and that kind of thing. But it has multiple different things to deal with them. Like one of them is you can destroy them with its heavy weapons, which is easy enough, but you can also disable them with the EMP. I'm not sure if that's for a limited time. I think it might be, so you're able to get away if you don't want to deal with them. But also another thing that you can do later in the game, I believe, is turn them on each other. Where like you mess with their teammate navigational thing, where the tanks just go onto your side and kill their own teammates. That probably lasts for a limited amount of time too, but still, I think that's really cool. But the second mode that I said before is pursuit mode, which is the mode you go into when you're trying to travel through Gotham. That mode has heavy weapons to deal with tanks, but nothing to really deal with them, just to get them out of your way while you're still going. It also has gadgets to help you with puzzles, much like the grappling hook, which obviously it hooks onto something, and then you can use the horsepower of the Batmobile to pull it backwards, and fix the puzzle. Something drops down, you go through, that kind of thing. But then it also has omnidirectional tires, so you can be driving forward and just go left, without even having to turn the whole vehicle, which I think is really cool. Now, with all that cool stuff, it is actually releasing soon, which I am even more giddy about. It's releasing on June 22nd, and as I said before, on next-gen systems, which usually means PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox 360. No, not 360, Xbox One. And with most games, I think it releases on one operating system for the computer at first, and then they might release it for the others, like Linux and some sort of OC. I don't know computers. Either way, I'm really excited. I will not be able to play it at first, but I might be able to try demos at a friend's house or something like that, which I will obviously take the chance to do so. Either way, that was the last game of the month, and it was nice to see you guys for one last time. I'm Jason Moses.